I know every single person who makes YouTube videos starts off these kinds of videos by saying it's one of the hardest videos you've ever had to make. I get that that's like the stereotype, but it truly is. It's truly really hard. It's really hard to talk about. It's so vulnerable. Well, I've been on a social media break, and it's because I've had a lot going on in my life. As you can tell from the title of this video, I am getting a divorce. I'm in the process right now, and it's been a very challenging time in my life, obviously. And I know that I used to share a lot of my life publicly when it came to him and my kids. We did family vlogs, we did all of that stuff. But in the last 3 years, I've really valued privacy more than ever when it comes to the things that my family and I are going through behind the scenes. And so when I took my kids off the internet, I basically took David off as well. I don't think that we ever really gave off the vibe that we had a perfect marriage by any means. I think if anything, we were very open and honest with you guys about the struggles of marriage. And of course, there was so much that you never saw and you never will know about that ended this marriage. And it's a very sensitive topic for me right now. There's a lot of hurt and there's a lot of pain involved. And I'm healing, I'm growing, I'm learning through it as I go. Being on the internet right now is scary for me because I know that so many people have opinions about things and assumptions, and the reality is, unless you know somebody personally, you don't really know the details, and the details are not mine to share. I have to think about our children, and I would never want to jeopardize their relationship with him. I would never want it to separate them or cause dissonance. David is a great dad. He's a great dad, and our kids love him, obviously. And so we have been respectful and we've been really kind to each other through this process. And we've shown that openly to our kids. And we've had very real, honest conversations with our kids as well. And I think that our kids are adjusting really well considering going through this. We've always made it a point, me especially, to like really check in on their emotions and make sure that whatever they're feeling, they feel like they can openly express. If it's not to us, it's to somebody else that they can trust, or a therapist down the road, and we'll probably put them in therapy. You know, I want to do everything that I can to protect them and keep them safe and emotionally healthy. I am so thankful for family. I have such a strong support system, and I'm living with my parents currently. This is actually the room that I grew up in, so I'm back where I started. And they've just been so supportive, and like, I don't know what I would have done without them in this scenario. It would have been hard. And so I'm super grateful to have a roof over my head and to be able to start this new chapter of my life in a place where I feel supported. Being away really had me value my privacy more than ever. I don't think I've ever been away that long since I started YouTube almost 9 years ago. So I've never had this amount of stretch of time where like my private life was private. And I really learned in that time how much I value having things for me that you guys don't know. And I'm very much an open book. Sometimes I share too much. And so, I don't know, I just felt really safe not sharing so much. And so I think as I've talked to my therapist about this, what I've come up with is to really just set some healthy boundaries when it comes to being on the internet and making videos, because I still want to create content. I still want to do what I love, which is empowering you guys and doing these fashion try-ons and sharing my heart. All of those things are things that I genuinely love, but I think the more personal parts of me need to not be as public, especially right now. And I think that will give me a love for all of this again, because there's been so many times where I've just been really burnt out on YouTube and I've wanted to quit. And this year honestly has been my hardest year on social media, between being, called out by somebody with over 1 million followers to having my TikTok account permanently banned because of my weight, to ultimately my marriage ending where it has. And there's been a lot to process. So I'm super thankful I got off the internet, and moving forward, I'm just going to keep listening to myself better. And if I feel like I need to get off of here, I'll tell you guys and I'll be honest, but I have to honor what I need. So this is a totally different chapter of my life. And nobody gets married to get divorced, obviously. And while I'm really happy, I'm also really sad. And I did share this on my Instagram stories. It's this roller coaster of emotions that I go through on a daily basis. And I can feel completely content and completely happy, and then also like completely sad and completely confused all at once. And I think that's what being human is. We're so complex. We can't just be wrapped up in or defined with a few emotions. We have all these facets of who we are, and grief hits us all differently at different times. And so I'm learning to not be so judgmental toward myself, and to give myself grace in the ways that I'm feeling things. And when I feel myself having to cry, I welcome it. I embrace it. I let it come in, and I deal with it right then and there, and then I let it go and I move on. I'm trying my hardest not to bury anything or to make this healing process be prolonged any more than it needs to be. I just want to be present with my feelings and my thoughts, and to grow as much as I can. And yeah, so that's where I am. I know that this video doesn't give details, and that might frustrate you, but it's nobody's business about what goes on in anyone's life. And I think we can feel entitled to information when we're invested in other people's lives, but just know that everybody that you know of has issues, and social media people are not exempt from that. There's so much that goes on behind the scenes that you'll never know about, and there's people in your life that are going through things in their marriage or in their life that you will never know about. And it has made me see life from just this other perspective of like connection. Just connection. Like, all of us are going through something right now. All of us. And being able to sit with somebody and listen to their story and connect with them on that level is such a gift. And there's been so many people in my life that have been here for me in the last 3.5 months. And I could never be more grateful. It's all been such a healing part of me to have the community that I have had. And I'm just really grateful for that. So I'm going to keep the comments on, but I have to approve them first because my heart can't handle negative comments right now. It's just, I just can't. But I felt that I needed to make this video before I just jump right back in and start making content again, because I know that would be confusing, and I just don't want to feel like I have to hide anything from you or not be myself. And so that's why I'm sharing this video. This is going to be a different, this is going to be different. I think I said that earlier, but this is so different. I mean, my content is going to change naturally. I'm changing naturally, and that's going to vibe with some of you, and it's not going to vibe with others of you, and that's okay. I totally understand if you don't agree with divorce. Please, instead of like commenting that, you can just unsubscribe and unfollow me, and that's fine. I wish you all the best. While I do make money on YouTube, it's not enough to financially support myself as a single mom and my kids, which we have, you know, 50-50 custody, so I only have them half the time, which sucks, by the way. But, you know, I'm now a single mom when I have them 50% of the time, so I am trying to figure out what I want to do from here. Do I want to go back to school? Do I want to do this? I mean, this is really the time of my life where I can kind of reinvent myself, which is really exciting and equally as scary too. But I think there's going to be good things ahead. It sucks right now and it hurts, and it just like, I just want to fast forward through this, but I know I can't. I know this is all part of my life, and I have to deal with each step. You know, we can't fast forward through grief, unfortunately, sometimes. And at the same time though, like I said earlier, if this feels like it's too much for me and I need to just get off of the internet, I will. And I'll go get some other job where I can support my family. Ultimately, you know, my mental health and my well-being and my kids' mental health and well-being matters more to me than anything else. So if I ever feel like the internet is interfering with that, it's a goodbye for me. I can't keep doing that to myself. I refuse to do that to myself. So I know I have options, but you know, right now I want to come back here. I can't emphasize enough how much I missed being here. I just want to create all the time. And I also want to inspire. And I feel like it's a gift that God has put inside of me to give to the world, and to not use that felt really foreign. So I know I'm supposed to be here right now, and that's all I'm going to focus on. It's just one day at a time. And I so appreciate you watching all the way until the end of this video. And I appreciate all your support moving forward. It's scary, but exciting, like I said, and you guys get to come along and have a front row seat at it all and give me some of your wisdom, because I know so many of you have been through this, and to be able to connect with you guys is priceless. And I just feel like I'm rambling at this point and talking and talking and talking. So I love you guys so much. Follow me on Instagram if you're not yet. There's more, I feel like there's more of like a recap over there. So head over there if you're not following me yet. And I will see you guys in my next video, which is already filmed and ready to upload. So it'll probably be up tomorrow. See you guys then.